In this lecture, I am going to tell you what are services in Angular and how we can create new service and use that service in our Angular application. Angular services are singleton objects that get instantiated only once during the lifetime of an application. They contain methods that maintain data throughout the life of an application. The main objective of a service is to organize and share business logic, models or data and functions with different components of an Angular application. Now I will tell you a simple example so that you will understand why we need services in Angular. Let's open our postlist.component.ts file. Here we have this hard-coded post array, and this post data is using inside our postlist.component.html file. Now if any other component need to use this post data, then this hard-coded post array need to be included inside those components. Instead of adding this hard-coded post data inside each components, we can create a service and we can add the post data inside the service and we can use that service to get the post data. Now I will tell you how we can create a new service in Angular. In Angular we can create a new service by running ngg for generate s for service and then our service name. I am going to create the service under shared services folder and the service name will be post service. So this will create a new TS file inside our app shared services folder. Here we have this post service.ts file and here we have this post service class, and inside this file we have this injectable decorator, and inside this injectable decorator we have this provided in root. That means we are providing this service at root level, and Angular will create a single shared instance of the service and injects it into any class that asks for it. Now inside this post service, what I will do, I will create a new method called getPost, and from this getPost method, what I will do, I will return the list of posts. So right now all the posts are inside our postlist.component.ts file, and I will copy all the posts from here and I will paste that inside our post service. And from this getPost method, what I will do, I will return an array, and inside this array I will copy each element of our hard-coded post array, and we can copy the elements of an array with the help of spread operator. Okay, now it's time to use our post service inside our postlist component.ts file. So let's open our postlist.component.ts file and we can use the service with the help of dependency injection. So inside this constructor I will store our post service to a variable called post service, and we can do it with the help of dependency injection, and this will be type of post service. Okay, now inside this onInit method, what I will do, I will call our post service dot getPost method, and this getPost method will return list of posts, right? If I check the getPost method, you see it is returning an array with list of post data, and inside this postlist.component.ts file we are getting the list of post. And then what I will do, I will store that post data to a new property called post, and this will be type of any, and the default value will be blank array. And when we will get the list of post data from this service, we will store the data to our local variable, which is post. Now if I check the browser, you see no difference. That means our service is working fine. Now from the service.ts file, if we remove this provided in root and then save the file and refresh the browser, you see we are getting blank page, and inside the console we have the error, right? So that means we are not providing the service in the root level, but we are using that inside our postlist.component.ts file. So to use the service inside our postlist.component.ts file, what we need to do if we don't have provided in root inside our injectable decorator. So for that, what we need to do, we need to inject our post service inside the model where we have the components. So our postlist.component.ts file is under our app module. So we need to include our post service inside our app module so that we can use our post service if we don't have this injectable provided in root. So we need to inject our post service inside our app modules providers array. So let's include our post service here, then only we can use our post service inside those components which are declared inside this declaration array of that module. So our post list component inside our app module, so if we include the post service inside our app module, so that we can use our post service inside our post list component, right? Save the file and let's check the browser now. You see nothing is broken here, so our post service is working fine. Now I'll make some modification here. So inside our post service, you see the type of our post is type of any. So instead of any, what we can do, we can create a model. So inside our shared folder, I will create a new folder called models, and inside this models folder I will create a new model called post.model.ts, and this will be a class. So let's export the class. So export class, and the class will be post, and here I'll define some property. Okay, so let's say inside our post data what we have. Okay, let's copy all the things from here and paste it here. So the ID will be type of string. Okay, type of string, and then what else we have title, and this will be type of string, right? So this will be public ID, and then public title. Okay, ID has no initializer. Okay, and the title will be public title, and the type will be string, and there we have this description, and this will be public property, author will be public property, and image URL will be public property. All this property will be public. Okay, and the type will be string. Alright, let's make the type string for all of them. Now what we need to do, we need to add constructor method inside this class. So let's add the type for all the properties. Okay, so we have the type for all the properties, right? Now we can add constructor method here inside this class, public constructor, and inside this constructor method what I will do, I will take parameters one by one, ID, title, description. We can also create interface instead of class for the model. I am creating the class. So we have author, and then image URL, is feature. Okay, this will be type of boolean instead of string, right? Let's add category of type string. So we are taking list of data through the constructor, and then what I will do, we will assign the value to each property. Okay, and we'll do it. So this dot id will be id. Okay, and the error is gone now. Okay, and then we'll do it for all the property. This dot title is equal to title, right? And then this dot description will be the description. Okay, and this dot author is equal to the author we are getting through constructor, right? Okay, and then this dot image URL will be the image URL will get through the constructor. Okay, and then we have is feature. So this dot is feature is equal to the is feature value what we are getting through the constructor, and then we have this category, right? So this will be this dot category is equal to the category we will get through the constructor, and then the last value created add. Okay, save the file. So we created the post model. Now it's time to use our post model, right? So if I open our post service.ts file, so instead of this any property for the post property, what we can define the type of this property. So this will be type of post, what we have defined inside this post model. So instead of this any, what I will do, we will add post array, and we need to include this post model here. So let's include our post model. Okay, save this file. See the browser, you see no difference. And if I open our post list.component file, and the type of this post will be post array. Okay, need to import this post model inside this file also. Save the file. You see no difference. So we successfully created the service and used the service, and we also created the model. So that's it for Angular services. In the next lecture, I'm going to tell you how we can pass data from parent component to child component, and how we can pass data from child component to parent component. So stay connected.